Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Part 2 of the reunion. Part 2 of the reunion, let's just get into it. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. I came home today, I had a glass of wine, and then watched this reunion. And I mean, I feel like nothing was concluded, was answered, was handled. Nothing was nothing in this whole reunion. You know, the reunion does start off right where the last one left off, where we see Zell attack Ray. Now, I don't condone violence, okay? I don't condone violence of any sort. Violence from, person to person. Violence, male against male, female against female, female against male, or however you want. I don't, I'm not a violent person, okay? I don't like all that. I'm too old to be fighting up in these streets. However, I feel like the way they reacted to the Zell and Ray fight, where Zell attacked Ray, basically, to me was a bunch of bullshit. Let me tell you why. First of all, we all know that Zell and Ray did not get along at all this whole season. So I don't understand why Nina thought it was the best thing to do, in her opinion, to say, hey, can you guys hug it out? Can't you guys call the truce? My thing is, if two people don't get along, they can call the truce. I gotta hug you. No. And again, if you watch the whole season, every time Zell has got anywhere near Ray, he has tried to attack that man. That don't make it right. I'm not saying he should be able to do that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when you watch a whole season, you know what to expect. And my camera seems sideways. And so, if you watch the whole season and you seen this man go ape shit at Ray every time, what on God's green earth would make you suggest they hug it out? Why would you? They are sitting on two different sides of the stage for a reason. There is security on stage for a reason, okay? And when Zell went to fakely hug Ray and we saw him swing, I know he landed at least 2 punches, okay? At least two punches was landed. And, they then escorted him off stage. We see that Ray is extremely upset. You old broke bitch, living out of 2 hefty bags. If y'all still see this man still living in hefty bags, I mean, maybe he just don't want no dressers. You know what I'm saying? Cause who still living in the hefty bags? Okay. And if he is, okay, so what? Let that man be. You have all the cast. Ray is crying and, oh my God, I can't breathe. I need to sit down. I mean, was it traumatic? Did Ray get attacked? Absolutely. Not taking that away from him. However, I still feel like the scene was overhyped. It was everybody was overreacting. We've seen fights on Love and Hip Hop ever since the first season. Okay? There's been fights all through the season. Okay? All through the season. I mean, and they all crowded around Ray as if he got pummeled. And he got swung on, he got 2 swings and security swooped in. So, I mean, he didn't even, his hands got hit. I just feel like the fight was over exaggerated. That it wasn't that much. Okay? It really wasn't. Zell was wrong. Zell was wrong for it. But why even say, hey, go over there and hug him? Why? Zell crazy. Duh. So, they show Zell getting, taken off set, how he's leaving. We know that. They no longer allow fighting. Like, if you really land a hit, we see now if you land a hit, they just take you off stage and you aren't on the reunion anymore. And that's the way they do it so that they don't have all these fights. I think that's a good idea. But some people gonna come to the reunion and get their 2 minutes of worth of talk time, and they're gonna swing and then they out. Because you gotta pay them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, they show Zell leaving. all the cast. That's unacceptable. I can't believe he would do that. Y'all hoes been fighting all 4 seasons. Okay? All 4 seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. All 4 seasons. All 4 reunions. There's always been some kind of altercation. We see it was a fight in the beginning. That's why Hazel was leaving. Because she was up there fighting. Trying to fight Moniece. We saw seasons before when each of these ladies or guys have tried to fight in one way or the other. And for me, I feel like for all the cast to be, oh my God, so up in arms because Zell fought. I mean, it wasn't like Zell fought a girl. A gay man fought another gay man. Point blank. It wasn't, I mean, they were upset as if Zell attacked a woman. Okay? And as feminine as Ray may be, that is a man. Okay? And 2 men fighting is just that. 2 men fighting. 2 women fighting is just 2 women fighting. I mean, I just felt like, and I don't want y'all to think, oh, she's saying fighting is cool. That ain't what I'm saying. I just feel like that moment was overreacted to on so many ways. They had, Ray then came back out. They clapping for him, giving him hugs. For what? For what? I mean, and then for the cast to be like, it was so crazy for him to attack him. Did y'all not see when Hazel and Masika got into that fight? And Masika literally, when Hazel tried to attack Masika literally dragged her over that railing. And she was holding on for dear life. Did y'all not see that? Y'all not remember in the other seasons when Tierra was about to fight Princess? Do y'all not remember that? Okay, do y'all not remember Masika trying to attack Alexis? Do y'all not remember that? Do y'all know? Because then Ray brought up, because they say Alexis was backstage laughing. Even though Alexis says, I was laughing at them telling Zell to go hug Ray. I thought that was funny. And she was, and they forget, she backstage, because she don't see stuff Jimmy on the spot. She's been sent a feed of what's going on. And that was funny. Because I'm looking like, why the game going over to hug that man? I thought it was funny. And, because then Ray then said, well, it was funny when Moniece, pulled your wig off and dragged you. Also, it was funny when Moniece and Alexis was fighting. That was funny. It was funny, and, Hazel deserves when her and Masika got into a fight. And now y'all know I don't like Hazel at all. My thing is, y'all are overreacting to 2 men fighting as if it was so crazy. When you motherfuckers are fighting every single episode, okay? There's always some kind of fight. There is security on the show for a reason, because y'all always attempting to fight. Zell just did what y'all didn't have the balls to do. He got his moment and he swung. If some of these females on these shows act big and bad because they know security can grab them, Zell did what I would have done if I'm beefing with somebody and you say, go talk to him. Okay, yeah, hey, I'm going to probably swing. Because I know security ain't thinking about me doing it because they think it's a good moment. But these other people on the show, they want to act big and bad. Oh, yeah, bitch, come with me. Come with me, bitch. Because they know the minute you do that, here comes security and y'all can't fight. It's easy to be big and bad when you're being held back. Be big and bad when security ain't between y'all. That's just my perspective. Okay? Again, I don't think it's right to attack anyone. But you can't play the victim and act like it's oh so terrible when one person fight, but y'all been fighting all goddamn season. Okay? Yeah, it pissed me off. So, but this is a whole 8 minutes. And then even seeing how, I just wanted, I think Masika or Moniece, one of the two, was saying, I just wanted them, or I think it might even be Lyrica, I just wanted them to, bury the hatchet and kind of have a truce. But you hoes on stage on separate sides because y'all want to fight. You got Alexis in the back because y'all want to fight that girl. Y'all are separated for a reason because y'all don't get along. How can you preach and say, I just wish they would get over their issues, but Masika won't dare talk to Alexis without them arguing? Because then the minute after that, you see, because after that, Ray says, he is okay. He has cuts because he was holding his hands up to his face or whatever. But he says he knew Zell would do something because Zell had nothing to lose. He's like, we all had businesses and things to lose, so we're not going to act a fool. But y'all been acting fool all season, okay? Let's not play that game. Let's not act like Zell the only one who was running the show acting plumb be fool. Y'all all have. And now y'all making him to be the scapegoat of, oh my God, he's so wild. All y'all some wild people. Y'all all act up. every now and again. Okay, so so they're saying how we just want them to stop the madness and stop arguing. The next thing is when Nina talking to Nikki, saying, why do you think there's such a divide within the cast? And Nikki goes on to say, well, I think it's because people say they friends, but they really not friends. She's like, for instance, that's the reason why Masika don't like Lyrica. The minute she said that, here come Masika. Who said that? Why don't I like her? And then her and Hazel start getting along. Start getting into an argument. So my thing is, you talking about how you want people to get along and get over their issues, but the very next moment, you arguing with a girl, telling her, "Oh, shut up, bitch. Come with me, then." Her and Nikki going at it, going back and forth, all because Nikki Baby was saying people not really friends on the cast. They not. They'll act like they're friends, but they not. So it's a clear divide. And it's true. And the thing that I like was that, that I did not like was that Masika just got rude towards Nikki and wouldn't let Nikki talk. I can talk when I want to talk. I'm going to say what I want to say. I run this, all that. I run this shit, girl, hush. Please be quiet. No. And then she all on the ground. Come with me. Oh, I'm laying right here. Come with me. She laid her ass on the ground as Nikki going off. It's like, fuck you, bitch. What did she say? Your whole life was a struggle. You look like a struggle, and you live like a struggle too. You still losing baby weight. When she told that girl, you look like a struggle and you live like a struggle, bitch, I giggled my ass off because it's true. Some of these chicks on this show making it like their life is oh so fabulous, but they're kind of struggling to maintain that lifestyle, and that's a struggle. You can't live beyond your means. You know what I'm saying? And people, because then she said, "Well, I'm not struggling. Come get me. I'm laying on the ground on my bonbon and my Louboutins." But can you afford that? Did you have to? Any bag you carry. If your bag costs $5,000, you should have $10,000 in your bag at all times. If your clothes cost $5,000, your bank account, you should never wear something that costs more than what's currently in your bank account. Okay? You should never wear something where to make people know you have money, you have to say what it is. You think Beyonce walking around saying, "I got on Gucci"? No. Beyonce wear what she want to wear. Beyonce can wear a Fashion Nova dress and it's still fly. People who ain't used to having money and don't really have it say stuff like, "I'm in my bonbon and my Louboutins," because you want people to know that that's what you paid for. If you fly and you fly, you don't have to say shit. You just step out and say, "I look good." Okay? The same way we clown Hazel when she would say what she was wearing. It's the same thing. Masika and Hazel have this complex that as if they the baddest bitches around. And you not. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are entertaining. I give you that. Y'all all have bad weaves. Masika weave looked horrible. Chanel West Coast weave looked horrible. Lyrica weave looked horrible. Bad. Sierra Marie hair was looking good. But only Sierra Marie. Nikki Baby had good hair. And, Brooke. But you hoes up here front. It was just, it was fuckery and bullshit if I never seen anything else. And then them two arguing, there was still no resolution. So my thing is, girl, bye. Let me just move on from that because they get me mad. Masika, Hazel, both y'all on the same episode. It's my opinion. We next seen the whole Marcus, Booby, Brooke, Bridget battle. Nothing was resolved. Nothing was resolved. We still don't know if Marcus and Brooke is a couple, even though they came to the reunion dressed like the Boxy twins and sang goddamn on Shade of Burgundy. I guess this was Marcus's first time seeing the whole kissing scene, at least that last kissing scene, which I don't know because the episode aired. Oh, I forgot. The finale, the reunion shows are shot before they see the ending. So that was his first time seeing Booby and Brooke kiss that last time after Marcus told her to stop kicking it with him. And so, of course, he and his feelings and everything, but it is what it is. And, Keisha was saying how the kiss between Booby and Brooke was passionate. That ain't how she kissed you, Marcus. And it wasn't. It wasn't. Brooke tried to down. We just was, high school. We liked each other back in the day. It was real innocent. There wasn't no innocent kiss, boo-boo. Just let it go. But it was like it was no resolution. They not they didn't say they were together. They didn't say they weren't together. You know, Marcus was just kind of mad about the kiss thing. You know, Brooke said how she didn't wear a ring on the marriage finger and everything in case he wanted to propose, and he was like, "You tripping?" And from there, you know, we have Bridget saying how Marcus was ready for marriage, but Brooke wasn't. And Bridget, you need to shut up, okay? Because Marcus was still married and cheating, okay? So let's not act like you can't be ready to marry me when you sleeping with a paralegal. You can't. I don't care. You can't be. So you can't make it seem as if Marcus is this innocent victim and he did something innocent, and then Brooke just went on a rampage doing other stuff. He literally lied about being married, slept with a paralegal behind her back, and she just tried to make him jealous by kicking it with Booby. I don't know why Bridget trying to make Marcus out to be this angel when we know he was the one who did wrong first. It don't mean that Brooke was right for using Booby to get back at Marcus, but it damn sure don't make Marcus the victim. It damn sure don't mean that he was ready and Brooke wasn't. Come on, girl, Bridget, shut the hell up. You know, Brooke says how she was more upset that Bridget went to Catalina with Booby versus her being upset that Bridget got the song from Marcus. She said mainly because me and Booby was talking and he didn't even mention her as a backup. And she was like, so yeah, I was, you know, surprised about that, you know. And then we even have James. They was like, well, James, how do you feel about, you know, Bridget going to Catalina with Booby? And then he was like, I felt like I dodged a bullet. Like I was Neo dodging bullets. I guess he see, you know, Bridget is, she, you know, she gets stuff, she does stuff. She gets all around and does stuff. She, you know, Bridget goes on to say that, you know, at least the situation with her and Marcus and the song, that her and Marcus never crossed the line. So that's why she never told Brooke about her and Marcus working together, because Brooke has a jealous streak. I call it bullshit. You didn't tell her because it was a storyline. And then says, you know, as far as her, what did she say? No, Marcus, well, no, she then says that Marcus was shady because Marcus didn't tell her the song was really Brooke's. Marcus broke it down for both of them. He was like, look, the song is mine. We know that when a producer produces a song, it is his song. So he's like, it was my song to do what I felt like to do with it. He said, you know, Brooke was in the studio with Booby. So I was like, you know, the play has to go on, so I gave it to somebody else. I mean, do I believe him 100%? No. I think that's about like a 70-30% true. I think it's true he wanted the song to be done, period. But he also was having a petty moment, giving it to somebody else so quick. But he then even says to Bridget, but you talking about me giving you the song, but you didn't even tell me that you was one of Booby's girls. Well, I was not one of Booby's girls. You was on that goddamn Catalina Island. So, you know, Brooke then tries to blame editing for her and Booby's kissing scene. People try to blame editing for everything. You can't do that. If you kiss someone and they record it and they show it, it's because you kissed someone. You know, they can't edit you kissing somebody. You know, her and Booby then said, well, it was a romantic island and things happen. Well, we know, y'all, things happen and y'all kiss. So, you know, own up to that, but don't make it seem as if, oh, the producers edited to make it look sensual. You know, that's how you kissed him, okay? Let it go. Whatever. What else we have to talk about? Tierra and Cisco talking. Tierra and Cisco talking turned into Cisco and Nikki, Cisco and Moniece, and then towards the end, Cisco and Tierra. You know, Tierra and her whole, her going to rehab and her dealing with the different issues. You know, Tierra says how she was still upset at how it was introduced to her about rehab, and also how she was hurt at how her friends went behind her back to talk to Cisco about her and her drinking problem. Even though she admits that she does have a drinking problem, but she didn't know how bad it was then. She just said she felt like they should have never went to him and talked to him about her stuff. I agree. Moniece then tried to blame it on Nia, and I think the reason she did that was simply because Nia wasn't there to defend herself. I mean, people kept saying, like, why is Nia here? She doesn't have a storyline. You know, I think Nia tried to make Tierra's drinking a part of her storyline. But I feel like Moniece went along for the ride, because again, neither of them really had much of a storyline. Even the whole thing with AD and her friend Tiffany with Moniece, nobody really cared that much. So she just kept on saying, well, Nia said that Tierra had a problem, and Nia said that we should go talk to Cisco. I said that we should, but you still went. And you, not only did you go, you went without talking to Tierra. My thing is, even if I feel like a person shouldn't be doing something and I go along with it, I'm gonna let my friend know what's going on. Because I don't think it's the right thing to do. So I'm not gonna let my friend walk into a situation blind. Moniece tried to throw Nia under the bus because Nia was not at the reunion to defend herself. That's just my personal opinion. I think they both knew what they were doing, because they met with Cisco maybe twice. Yeah, because they met with him once at the house. They then also, went to him at like a bar when he was talking to A1. So y'all went to him 2 times. And I think both times, Moniece, you were the one talking. Nia wasn't really talking as much. And that's why when Cisco called bullshit on Moniece, I 50-50 was on his side. Simply because Moniece wasn't innocent in that. She wasn't an innocent bystander who was just there for more support to help Nia talk. No, you was in on it. You also talked to him. Because my thing is, if I don't think we should be doing this, I ain't saying shit. I'm going to sit there like a quiet little church mouse. I'm not going to say nothing. And that ain't what she did. And Cisco basically told her, you fake, you phony, you lying. Saying Moniece was in on it too. She's not the innocent person. And her and Cisco then go back and forth, and he saying fuck you bitch, and she saying fuck you a piece of shit, you fired, Rich kicked you out of the group, all this stuff. I'm looking like, why y'all arguing when it's supposed to be about Tierra? And at one point Cisco was disrespectful 100% to Moniece. Moniece was also disrespectful to him, but him as a man talking to her, he was rude, disrespectful. He did call her a bitch. He was about to toss a pillow at her, and I'm like, you gonna toss a pillow? And even Tia's like, really, Cisco? Sit down. You gonna throw a pillow at her? And he was wrong for that. But I understand him saying, she trying to play innocent like she didn't have anything to do with it, and that's not true. And she did. From there, I went to Cisco saying how Nikki was talking to Tierra and was telling Tierra that he wasn't a good choice for her. That pissed him off too. Because he like, we cool, we used to hang out. He insinuated at first they used to kick it. That's what he first insinuated. So, we didn't hang out. We weren't cool. We wasn't hanging out. When you keep putting up how y'all was together and hanging out, how y'all was closer and closer, whatever, you trying to say y'all stepped together. Nikki was like, me and I always trying to lie on their dick. She didn't say, she's like, we were friends, we did hang out. And that's all I'm going to say. I don't know if they slept together. I know Tierra then said, you never told me y'all was like that to Cisco. He then kind of backtracked, and I guess he realized he kind of told on himself. And he was like, look, me and Nikki knew each other. We used to hang out and cool. So that's why I was mad that she would say I wasn't a good person for Tierra. Tierra goes on to say how she felt like she got played by a TV dude. Meaning you knew I would see the show. And you were literally shooting scenes with this other girl knowing I would see it. So you can't say, oops, I accidentally was messing with somebody a time or two. You shot scenes with her knowing it would be shown on TV. That's true. Because it's one thing, for you to shoot and say you messing around. But to include the girl in the show, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I think that at one point, was the girl in the confessionals? She was on there for like 2, maybe 3 episodes. So, yeah, I get that. He then admits how, he cared for Tierra. He wanted them to work out. But that he had a lot going on in New York, which is why he came to, L.A. And when he got to L.A., a lot was going on between what Tierra had going on, between what he had going on. I can see that because sometimes when people are going through, like Tierra was going through things and she went to New York, met up with Cisco. Cisco going through things in New York, so they come back to LA. They both were wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. Y'all were not good for each other at that point in time. So I think the same way Tierra was trying to escape her issues by hanging out with Cisco, Cisco was attempting to get through work through his issues in New York by being with Tierra. But then Tierra had issues, so then he just typical dude, okay, I'm just gonna go and kick it with whoever and let it be what it's gonna be. And he got caught up in all the sauce. What I do appreciate is in his fuck upness. I know that's not a word, but I'm making one. You know, he did say that he was completely wrong for what he did to Tierra. He should not have done it. You know, he can admit his fault, that he was wrong. He's sorry for hurting her. He never wanted to hurt her. You have to give a man props for admitting their faults and saying, yes, I was wrong. I'm sorry. That was my fault. It doesn't mean he's off the hook for what he did. It means he can see the error in his ways and he can apologize. And from then on, you know, he just has to be a better person. So, you know, that's all it was. What else? You know, Tierra says how she's no longer drinking, that she's trying to actively be sober. And, you know, being an alcoholic, it is a disease. You know, it isn't something as easy as, you know, oh, just don't drink. It's not that easy. It's your body craves it. And it takes a lot of I can't think of the word. It takes a lot to go to rehab. A lot of guts, a lot of courage, a lot of vulnerability to admit that you have an issue, go to rehab, realize that you do have an issue, and get help for it. So I'm happy that she is currently sober. She did mention that I think Masika tried to throw jabs at her online and said that she had been drinking and she had relapsed. And then Masika said, well, I did that because we was on a phone call talking. You had Zell Swag on three-way on mute. And Zell Swag is her cousin. So, you know, my thing is, that was a petty thing. If you're going to say something about me, say something about me in general. Don't say I'm back drinking. You know what I'm saying? But again, Masika's a snake-ass bitch, flat out. So we see also how she was mad about how the intervention was done. She just said that she felt like when she walked in, the people who were there, she's like, I felt like it was for TV. She's like, if y'all really trying to do an intervention, we're with my family. Which is true, because I said that. I'm like, is her family, like, is all her family deceased? Like, why is it only castmates there? Like, that part I also didn't get. And, you know, Nikki and Monique both start trying to say how I will call you all the time, and she was like, y'all did not call me all the time. Then they both went into, well, I don't have your extension to call you. And I'm looking like, does rich people have extensions? I mean, I have a cell phone number, and anyone who doesn't wants to call me, they don't need my extension unless they call it my job. And even at my job, I have a direct dial. So I'm like, why they keep talking about I don't have your extension? I'm like, I mean, is that an LA thing? Is that a rich person thing? I was really confused about, I didn't have her extension. I'm looking like, for her extension where? Like, this, I was so confused about that. I don't know if it's an LA, again, an LA thing, a rich person thing, a different kind of cell phone thing, you know what I'm saying? I have AT&T, I have an Android. I don't know how any of that go. And when I call my friends who have iPhones, I don't need no extensions. So, you know, I'm not sure. But Tierra then does say that she is happy she went to rehab, because rehab was the best thing she could have done for herself, how she has a new single coming out and a new album coming out. So bravo to Tierra. So there was two, like, the rest of the reunion I really didn't care. We see Safari, you know, getting emotional about leaving because he's moving back to New York. How he's gonna miss the cast of Miami. You know, he got I don't want to cry. He did that whole thing, and this is how he's gonna miss his friends, which, you know, I get it. You know, we saw Nikki over to hug him when a couple of cats went over to, you know, console him and everything, with him moving to New York. But I'm looking like, now he's gonna just be on Love and Hip Hop New York. We're gonna still see him, so, you know, it is what it is. They showed Chanel West Coast for a second, and, you know, to me it was pointless. I mean, we all know why A1 played her. We all know that, you know, I mean, that was her whole thing. I mean, who cares? You know, Safari did say that he thinks the song they made, New Bay, is high. He thinks it's banging. I still haven't heard the whole song. I'm going to pull it up on, I'm going to see if it's on Tidal. If it ain't on Tidal, I ain't going to look for it nowhere else. You know, I'm going to listen to it. And then next, I might mention it in my next review. What else? Again, I hated Chanel's weave. I hated Lyrical's weave. It was a small thing of them asking, you know, Lyrica why she still didn't want A1 working with females. And it was a whole thing of her saying, you know, I wanted him to finish my album before he helped another female artist complete their album. And he said, well, I think it was also a bit of jealousy too with that. It was. I think it was both. I think she don't want him working with females, and she also did want him to finish her project. My thing is, if your man can't multitask, how good of a producer is he? If a producer can only focus on one person's work at one time, I don't want him as a producer, because I mean he can't multitask. What else? Keisha Cole sang live. You know, we saw that it was very much so Michael Jackson inspired with the dance moves. It was very, you know, Moonwalker-ish. And, you know, I liked the song. I liked her singing it. I thought that the producers were petty for consistently panning to Booby as she was singing. As if she was singing to him, or as if the song was about him, which it probably might have been, could have been, should have been. But that was the whole reunion, you know what I'm saying? It was wrapped up in a nutshell. So, you know, next week starts Love and Hip Hop New York. I will be reviewing that show, so I hope you guys will tune in. So that was my review of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 4, Part 2 Reunion. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. I keep smacking, my mouth is so dry, and I can't drink my water. See? So when I smack, my mouth is dry, and that is why. So, until next time, people, peace.